Listen, listen closely. For the world speaks in whispers that only patience can hear. The rivers, once full, now dry, carry secrets along their cracked beds. And the heron, the blue heron, moves where the waters no longer flow. It is not a bird of haste. It does not scatter with the wind, nor cry for the storms to come. It walks with the stillness of eternity, and watches with the eyes of the old spirits. When you see it there, in the dust of a river that thirsts, know that it comes not for the river alone, but for the hearts that have forgotten how to wait. It is a messenger of patience, a keeper of wisdom, a witness to what is yet unseen. The heron stands on one leg, and in its balance it teaches you the rhythm of life that the wind cannot alter. Every ripple of thought, every shadow of fear, is tested against the quiet patience of this bird. Do not rush. Do not demand the change. For the heron appears where time itself seems suspended. It is in these places of stillness, in the dry riverbeds and the forgotten wetlands, that the earth whispers its coming truths. You may see it lift its wings slowly, deliberately, and the sky itself seems to bow beneath its reach. This is the signal that the winds of change are near, but not yet arrived. It is said among the Ojibwe and the Plains Tribes that the heron carries the eyes of the ancestors, that it watches both the water and the human spirit, and when it departs, it leaves a shadow of insight. The lesson is simple, yet profound. Patience, wisdom, the knowing that all currents, all movements will unfold in their appointed time. Do you feel it? The silence that stretches like a river in summer drought. The emptiness of what once was and what will yet be. The heron moves through this silence and teaches you to move with it, to honor the rhythm of the unseen. Do not fear the dryness, the absence, the stillness, for it is in these sacred gaps that vision grows, and insight blooms like a hidden flower under the stones. The blue heron is a guide of the quiet signs, those subtle omens of approaching change, which the unobservant eye might miss. See how it waits, how it tilts its head to the sun, to the wind, to the spirits that whisper in the reeds. It teaches you to see, to listen, to honor the world in its slow unfolding. Change is coming, not with the roar of thunder, but with the soft patience of the river returning, the earth remembering, and the heron guiding the way. Do not rush. Do not demand the signs, for the heron does not hurry, and neither should you. In its reflection in the mirrored puddle, you may glimpse the spirit of what is to come. A quiet shift, a turning of seasons, a renewal that begins in patience and blooms in wisdom. This is the teaching of the blue heron: to walk where waters once flowed, to stand in balance, to see with eyes that pierce both the visible and the unseen. It is a sign of the quiet approach of change, of spiritual insight awakening, of the need to hold still while the world prepares itself. Do not be troubled by the dryness, or the unusual paths the heron takes, for in these strange places, the spirit speaks most clearly, and the vision grows. The heron is patience incarnate. It is wisdom made flesh. It is the quiet herald of the coming transformation. And when you follow its path, when you honor its lessons, you will find a depth of vision that cannot be taken away, a stillness that speaks louder than the clamor of the world. The dry rivers will remember water. The earth will remember rain. And you will remember the sacred timing of all things. So watch, listen, and move with the heron. For the signs are not always loud, but they are never absent. Let patience be your shield. Let wisdom be your guide. And let the quiet insight of the blue heron carry you through the changes yet to come. The heron moves through the mist that lingers over the plains, its reflection a silent echo of the world above and below. Every feather, every deliberate step, carries the weight of unseen knowledge. the wisdom of ancestors who watched the rivers before you. You will see it glide across dry riverbeds, where the stones are cracked and thirsty, and yet it does not falter. It walks with certainty because it knows that all paths, even the ones that appear barren, hold the seeds of revelation. When the wind shifts, when the clouds gather, the heron raises its wings not to flee, but to read the currents, to discern the subtle signs that others cannot see. It teaches you to lift your own wings, not in haste, not in fear, but in the measured grace of patient observation. The rivers may dry, the skies may darken, yet the heron endures. It does not judge the world for its silence, nor mourn the emptiness it finds. Instead, it watches, it waits. And in that waiting, it finds the pattern of the universe, the hidden rhythm of life that flows beneath all chaos. Do you feel the sacred hush that stretches across the plains, that hums beneath the stones and the sand? It is the same hush that the heron walks through, and it is here that your own vision must awaken. The spirits of your ancestors whisper now, through the reeds, through the soft brushing of wings, telling you to look, to listen, to honor the quiet messages of the earth. Do not underestimate the power of stillness, for in stillness, insight grows. In stillness, the currents of change gather, like clouds in the distance, slowly, inevitably. The heron lifts again, and for a moment it seems to merge with the sky, to become the wind, the clouds, the breath of the earth itself. This is the teaching. That patience is not passivity. That wisdom is not silent ignorance, but a deep alignment with the timing of all things. Listen, the rivers may appear empty, but beneath the stones the waters flow, hidden, unseen, waiting for the moment to return. So too does the world move beneath its surface, and so too must you. Do not rush the coming change, for it is subtle, like the lifting of morning mist, like the first whisper of wind through the prairie grass. Yet it carries the power to reshape all that it touches. The heron is the keeper of this knowledge. Its eyes see both what is and what may be, and its wings carry the patience of centuries. You may see it stand alone on a sandbar, or move through a grove of reeds, its shadow stretching long under the rising sun. And know that you are witnessing a sacred sign, a signal that the rhythms of the earth and the rhythms of your spirit are aligned or are seeking alignment. The blue heron does not call for your attention, it simply appears. And in its presence, you are called to awaken, to remember, to see what is often overlooked. Do you see the power in patience? The strength in waiting? The clarity in observing without interference? These are lessons that the heron brings. From dry rivers, from hidden wetlands, from the spaces where life seems paused. Change approaches, not with a roar, but with the soft, inevitable pull of tides beneath the moon, the shift of seasons, the quiet turning of the world. And the heron is your guide, your teacher, your mirror. Follow it, not in haste, not in fear, but with reverence, with attentiveness, with the humility to learn from the slow, deliberate ways of the world. Every step of the heron is deliberate. Every movement contains meaning. Every pause a lesson. So too must your path be deliberate, your choices mindful, your heart aligned with the quiet wisdom that surrounds you. Do you hear the rustle of the reeds, the subtle sway of the trees, the soft lapping of water in the forgotten pools? These are the voices of the world, and the heron moves among them, reading, understanding, and teaching you to read as well. The dry riverbed, the unusual path, these are not obstacles, but sacred places where insight grows, where the seeds of patience take root. And so the heron lifts its wings again, rises above the plains, and for a moment all seems suspended. The earth, the sky, your spirit, all in silent anticipation. Know this, the heron is not only a messenger, but a guardian of the subtle signs, of the slow approach of change, of the wisdom hidden in quiet moments. You are called to watch, to wait, to honor the rhythm of the unseen, to allow patience and insight to take root, so that when change comes, you are ready, you are aligned, you are whole. The ancestors' voices grow louder. Through the heron's flight, through the rustle of reeds, through the reflection of the moon on hidden pools, telling you to prepare, to observe, to honor the quiet signs of the world. The heron walks the line between sky and earth, between water and land, between the seen and the unseen. And in that liminal space, you are invited to walk as well, to find balance, to learn the rhythm of the unseen currents. Change is coming, subtle, silent, like the lifting of mist over a hidden river. And the heron is your guide, leading you, teaching you, through patience, through wisdom, through insight. The world will shift, storms will rise, rivers may dry. But the heron endures, and in its endurance, you find your own strength, your own patience, your own clarity. So walk with it, move with it, honor it, and you will understand the subtle, sacred, inevitable flow of change. The blue heron, guardian of patience, keeper of wisdom, messenger of spiritual insight, stands as a beacon in the quiet places, in the dry riverbeds, in the unusual paths. Listen, watch, and follow. For the signs are subtle, the lessons profound, and the world moves always in the rhythms of the patient, in the wisdom of the still, in the insight of those who see beyond the obvious. The rivers will return, the rains will fall, and you will carry the knowledge, the guidance, the sacred understanding of the blue heron. This is the prophecy from the Ojibwe, from the Plains Tribes, from the rivers that dry, from the herons that walk where waters have gone. Change approaches, and those who have learned patience and wisdom will walk with clarity, will see with insight, will endure, and will be ready. The heron waits, and in its waiting, so do you, watching, listening, learning, until the currents of the earth and spirit converge, and the transformation is revealed.